Guys, so today I want to talk to you about flushing. If you don't know what it is, then stay tuned because you're about to learn. Okay, so let's talk about flushing. And no, this is not the kind that you do in the bathroom. This is specifically for your goats. Flushing is when you get your goats prepared for breeding season. So we start breeding October 1st. We like a later kidding season, even though we missed that Muslim market in April where the kids usually sell pretty high. We've had a lot better luck breeding that way, but everybody has their own personal way of doing things. If it works for you to breed early and start breeding in January, February, or earlier, great, that's fantastic. You do whatever works for you, but and maybe it was just a fluke season that we had where we did breed early, and it was terrible. It was so bad. Some of you may remember everything that went on. Some of you may be new to the channel, and if you're new, we appreciate you stopping in. But we did have a really bad season when we started early. So we start breeding October 1st, and what flushing is when you start, we start, like I said, in July, and we will start feeding a little bit of grain and a lot of alfalfa. And that's gonna start packing on the weight. It's gonna get the goats in their healthiest state. You know, we wanna bulk up on their nutrition and make sure they are just able to carry these babies. The healthier that your goat is, the more nutrition they have, the more weight. Not that you don't want them to be fat, obviously, but when they're at a healthy weight and stuff, they will drop more eggs. Your adult nannies should always drop 2. 3 is good, but 2 and 3 actually end up coming out the same at market time, because you may have 3 kids and they may all be 6 to 8 pounds, where you could have 2 that are 10 to 12 or whatever, for example. I don't think we had any that big, but you know what I'm saying, if you raise giant goats. But so healthier your nanny is, or your doe, the more eggs they're going to produce, and the healthier their pregnancy is going to be. Their gestation time is around 5 months, plus or minus a couple weeks. And so normally we like to get big old alfalfa bales, and I haven't done that this year. We've been so busy, and then it seems like every time we get the extra money, something breaks or whatever, because that's just life. And so I have been giving them alfalfa though. We buy pellets. I get them pretty cheap. I mean, I get a 50-pound sack of pellets for 11 bucks, so, or 10.50, 11 bucks, so really not bad deal. And then we like to add in other things. I give them some beet pulp, a little bit of corn, not much, a little bit of corn, and then we'll give them, and then we'll ration out different things, all stock sweet feed. Sometimes we give them a little bit of chicken feed, but we kind of give them a little mix of things, so they get a good variety. And then also I have this mineral feeder back here. It's a mineral buffet. It's got all 20 essential minerals and salt in there, and they eat in that all the time. Anything that they're lacking, they can go freely and choose whatever they want. And so you do want to be careful flushing out your billy goats though. They cannot have too much alfalfa. They will get urinary, I think it's pronounced calculi something. Basically a UTI, and it can kill them. So don't want to give your billies too much. We do give maybe once or twice a week, we'll give the billies some alfalfa mixed in with their grain and a little bit of corn, and we keep them separate so these girls can eat a lot of alfalfa and, you know, help get them fed and fattened up and obviously away from the billy for breeding season, and we got to separate out our nannies and our doelings and figure out which ones that are old enough and not old enough, that are up in their weight enough to breed. So that's what we'll be doing here in the next couple weeks. We've got, gosh, almost 2 weeks before breeding season. Hey June, you want to come say hi? This is June, our Oprah Hosley. She's our most awkward goat. I used to milk her, but I haven't done it this year. I haven't milked anybody this year. I do need to get my milk barn set up too, which, man, we just got so much to do, it's insane. So much, and hunting season's coming up, but anyway, I wanted to explain flushing, what that is, why we do it. These goats are all looking really healthy. We did have one go missing, the youngest little doeling go missing, and I think our neighbor's dogs may have gotten in here, got it. Another one was injured, but she's doing really well. So that was unfortunate. You know, I don't know if something happened. They go down really, really fast. And, you know, we were here, we saw her the night before. The next day when Dakota had came out early to check on them, she was gone. So I don't know if she died in the middle of the night and then the dog crawled under the fence and came and got her, but all the rest of the goats are good. So the dogs must have ran it off or whatever happened. But, or maybe it died and it's out here in the grass. I don't know. We couldn't find it. We looked everywhere, so it was pretty unfortunate. But everybody else is healthy, doing well. Check that out. In the mineral feeder over there. You can just see a significant difference when you do have your mineral feeder out. And I'm not just saying that because I'm selling them. I say that because I fully believe it. Their coats are much thicker, and I don't know what the word would be. They're just softer. They're not dull. They're not all shiny, but they're not all dull, if you know what I mean. They're not dried out. They're meatier. They don't get sick, and if they do happen to get a little coccidia or anything like that, then they seem to handle it a lot better. And then we also do a decox, which is a coccidia preventative. Now you want to make sure your goats don't have decox before you give it to them, or don't have coccidia before you give them decox, but you can give them that to prevent that stuff. If you're wondering why the pigs are in here, it's because I cannot get them out of the hot wire. They were in here and we moved the nannies into this area, and the pigs were already in here, and now I can't get them out because they are so terrified of the hot wire that they just will not cross it. It doesn't matter if we hold it all the way out. They are terrified to go anywhere near the fence. So they're in here and they're a pain in the butt. But hopefully I can get them back out on pasture soon. But tell me if you guys already knew what flushing was, if you do that but didn't know that it was called flushing, and let us know when your breeding season starts. So I did a video on this mineral feeder and building it and stuff, and talking about it, which I don't know. I say I'll put it in the link right here, and I might end up forgetting, but we do have a video on that you can go back and check out. But two of our biggest minerals that are always gone are selenium and vitamin A, D, and E, which is the V4. Those are almost always out. Everything else is pretty much still good. The pigs, as you can see, have ripped my rubber mat. I gotta get a new one, but it works great for the goats. And then, oh, sodium's not out. I just didn't fill that one up. Everything else is pretty much still full. Phosphorus, that one's an iodine. Those are kind of lower. But it's pretty interesting to see. It also shows what your pasture is lacking. So something to think about. If you have any more questions on that, please reach out. I'd love to talk to you about it. And if you want to know where I got any of this stuff, The design, I found something kind of similar and then I kind of put my own little twist on it and added the roof. But I don't have plans yet. I need to measure all this out and get plans so I can share those out. And but I can tell you where I got those little tray feeders. It's just a pig feeder off of Amazon, but they're quite expensive. Everybody looks super good though. Nice and fat and healthy. I think that little doeling right there, that tan one, is probably our best looking doeling. She really filled out well. Been very happy with her.